This week on the Bluffs Sports Zone, the Reavers go to bat against the Bad News Bears. I'll explain. Sophomore day needs no explanation. A Trojan war on the pitch. In fact, a one-goal game. Does he got game? The new kid in town at QB. Hello, I'm JJ Davis, and welcome to our latest edition of the Bluff Sports Zone. You know, just as fast as spring is coming, it's gone. Just like that. Why, just ask the Iowa Western baseball team. Round one of conference play is in the books. It's almost time for round two. But first, to some Bad News Bears. Why, you may ask? Well, let me put it to you this way. The team from the capital city throws everything but the kitchen sink at the Reavers in game one. Try 5 pitchers. And guess what? It works. Des Moines area CC limits the Reavers 4 hits, blanks Big Blue in game one, 4-0. First inning, game 2, the old swing and bunt, runners on the corners. Jacob McGovern loops one to shallow center field. Drops in, Noah Heithusen scores, and the Bears are on the board. The visitors come on down with 7 hits in the first game, 10 of the second. The first 2 batters hit by the pitch to start the bottom of the first. 1 walk later, Jack Morock with his first of 4 hits. Chris Boschway and Chase Hager win the chase. 2-1, Iowa Western. Morock beats it to second. 1 sac fly later, Kyle Klumfus steps up, drops one in right. Morock comes home. The Reavers score 4 runs on just 2 hits to go up 4-1. Bottom of the second inning, Eric Mingus lays one down for a base hit. And then 1 hit later, Hager Mingus scores 5-1 Big Blue, later up 6-1. Guess who? Jack Morock bangs another base hit. Morock 5 RBIs, Iowa Western 12 hits overall. The Reavers rip DMAC 12-4.
It was good for us. Our bats showed up a little bit, and again, whether you're playing midweek or you're playing conference, you got to throw quality strikes, and you got to be offensive. And you know, we were that the second game. Our kids knew that those were non-conference. I was giving some guys some rest, giving some guys some opportunities, and overall, other than it's a 4-0, I mean, I think we just had some kids that still gave away their opportunities. They want to be an Iowa Western team. I said 2 years ago we won 38 games in a row during the season, and you do that by showing up and competing every day. Whether it's a Tuesday non-conference game or a Sunday, the 4th game after you've won the first 3, you don't give anything away.
Ben Doechler here gets the win in game 2. Overall, Iowa Western uses 7 pitchers in the doubleheader. All right, so it's a mixed deal. Now back to conference play, the second time around. The Reavers took 3 of 4 from the Falcons here. Okay, but what about there? Same deal. Big Blue sweeps Indian Hills the first day, then splits with the Birds the second. 11th ranked Iowa Western now 35-12 overall, 14-2 in conference play with 8 league games to go. 4 on the road, and then the final 4 back at good old Doc Ross Field. On a wing and a prayer, talking about the St. Albert boys soccer team again. But up next, the Goodbye Girls. Now you see them, now you know them. When we come back.
We asked a group of employees what makes our bank special, and here is what they said.
We're available to help our community grow.
We are available to explain the benefits of electronic banking.
Being available to our customers and communities is not only what ties us together, but also what you want most from your financial institution. And our new name says just that. Welcome to Avela Bank.
At the Council Bluffs Recycling Center, we're proud of the effort our community makes to help keep Council Bluffs beautiful by participating in our curbside recycling program. Here are some tips to make sure your recyclables are accepted. If you're confused about plastics, we can help. Numbers 1 through 5 plastic food and beverage containers are acceptable. Usually the recycling triangle and the number inside are located on the bottom of containers. Items we don't take include numbers 6 and 7 plastics, styrofoam, or bags of any sort, although we encourage recycling plastic bags inside local grocery stores. Please be sure to check the calendar in our annual mailer or on our website to find out what items will be picked up each week. Blue Week items for your curbside bin include paper, cardboard, and glass containers. Green Week items for your curbside bin include plastic food and beverage containers, tin and aluminum containers, and tin foil. Thank you for helping us keep Council Bluffs beautiful.
This portion of the Bluff Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill Meyer Woodring Family-Owned Funeral Home, serving Council Bluffs in Southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
The Iowa Western women's softball team is less than 1 week away from the big one, the regional tournament. This year, it's in Council Bluffs at the Reaver Sports Complex. But first things first, like the end of conference play, 2 at home, 2 on the road. Now, Southeastern comes to town for Sophomore Day. And this is tough for me because I'm really going to miss this bunch.
Number 10, Jade Lee.
Shortstop Jade Lee, 6 others honored with their own action shots. Big Blue fans say goodbye to a group that means so much to so many. Now to the game. Look out, Brooke Doomer off the pitcher, second to first. Now even when the Reavers get on base, nothing doing. Third to second. In the circle, Brianna Brock goes the distance. Strikes out 8. Scoreless game through 5 innings. Head coach Ben Greer tries to rally the troops, but to no avail. The home team over a dozen ground ball outs. The visitors 7 hits overall, including this one in the 6th. The catcher Keely Huff takes care of that. Great crowd on hand sees the Blackhawks belt a 2-run home run in the inning to grab the lead. The Reavers just 5 hits. Huff comes through, 2 outs in the 7th, down 2-1. Now throwing a couple of wild pitches and the walk, runners on the corners. Hero time, Naomi Terrazas. Southeastern hands Iowa Western its first home loss of the year, 2-1.
The final score is game number 1. Blackhawks 2, Reavers 1.
We ran into us being selfish in every single thing that we do. That's just who we are right now. And it's really unfortunate because we have a lot of talented kids. And we've had a fairly good season up to this point, but it's not about wins and losses, it's about your character and who you are as a person. And right now, we're not very good people.
We never lost at home, and then all of a sudden we get to a big day, important day, and we just don't show up to play. And I mean, we've had a rough week. We just haven't been able to do things right. So I mean, it's a little embarrassing, honestly.
Bats just weren't going, and we've seen this picture before. There's no excuses for them not, our bats just didn't show up. And you learn from it, and you work to get the second one.
Game 2, you tell them anything or it's up to them?
No, I mean, it's 100% their decision. They're a very talented team. We might come out and hang up 15. You never know. But the thing is, for us as a team, we honestly are so inconsistent, and we've talked about it all year, that it's really frustrating as a coach when we just don't show up when we have all the tools.
The Reavers drop their second conference game, now 14-1 at home.
1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on.
Best of luck.
Iowa Western a new beginning in game 2. Scoreless in the 3rd inning. After Isabella Manuel bangs a base hit, Kylie Allen doubles to right center. Bella chugs in, and Big Blue's on the board. Celia Valencia sends one through the right side. Allen scores 2-0. The Reavers 4 hits, 2 runs in the inning. Then in the 4th, Rebecca Riley right on the button. Zoe Hicks, who walks, comes in. Now the home team rips 10 hits. Allen with 3 of them. Her second double. A couple of more come screaming in. Ben Greer's team up 5-0 after 4. In the circle, Alex Hagan gets the win. Sophomore Sydney Copeland finishes it. Iowa Western catches the Blackhawks in game 2, 6-0. feel better?
Yes and no. We still have a lot of selfish tendencies, but, people like Kylie Allen came in and did a great job for us today. She hasn't played as much as she probably would have expected to play this year, and we need her in a big moment, and she's just a good person, and good things happen to good people.
What did it mean for you to come in 3 for 3?
I was excited to get the opportunity to help the team out. Our team did a great job today. The pitchers really did what they needed to do, and Bella got a good hit and got everything rolling, and from that the whole team just hit really well.
Rebecca Riley.
Sophomore day to me is just a commemoration for the 2 years that I've put in, and I can't wait for the other girls to get to feel the same feeling that I feel, the same love that I have for this program.
Emotional for you at all?
Yeah, when Becca started crying, that kind of hit me. You live here, this is home for 2 years, so, it's special.
It means the world. It's just what Reaver softball means. It's the last home game of the regular season, so it's a big deal.
If we come in and we play our best softball at the region tournament, I'm confident we'll win it. But we don't always play our best softball. We kind of play it the way we're feeling that day. So that's what I mean by selfish. If we can step up and do what's supposed to be done for Reaver softball, we'll bring home a title.
First up, how about some bracelets? And one for the coach. After 2 more league games, then the regional tournament and an even bigger prize.
Reaver family on 3! 1, 2, 3!
And those 2 conference games on the road at Marshalltown the very next day. And they lost. The Tigers tamed the Reavers 3-0 and 6-2. Wow. And get a load of this. Big Blue no hit in the first game. Double wow. So Iowa Western ends the regular season dropping 3 of its last 4 games. And with that, there goes the regular season championship and the #1 seed in the upcoming regional tournament. Indian Hills wins the reg season title and is the top dog. Now the Warriors take on Marshalltown 10 a.m. Friday morning at the Reaver Sports Complex. The #2 Reavers then go to bat against 3rd-seeded Southeastern at high noon. Winners bracket game, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Losers bracket at 2. Games at 11 and 1 Saturday. 1, if necessary, on Sunday at 11 a.m. Next up, the regional tournament. And it's time to make it all better for Iowa Western. From base running to open field running. Jake Waters? Did he say Jake Waters? Yep, same old story at the YMCA fields. And I'm not just talking about the wind. After the break.
For more than a quarter century, thousands of Southwest Iowa athletes have relied on this team, Jenny Ed Sports Med. Their sole focus is to prevent, diagnose, and treat your sports injury. They even partner with the surgeons at Ortho West, ensuring you get your own exclusive roadmap back to action. Methodist Jenny Ed Sports Med invites all Southwest Iowa athletes to its free walk-in clinic, open every Saturday morning, August through October. Jenny Ed Sports Med.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Council Bluffs is a growing, vibrant community. It's becoming a modern 21st century community.
We will be the largest free Wi-Fi hotspot in the United States.
Our vision is about building a community where families want to live and businesses want to locate.
We see that as a great potential enhancement for future growth in the city.
Gosh, remember this? Seems like a million years ago when the St. Albert boys soccer team punched a few in and made it to the Final Four at the state tournament. And of course, every year, that's the goal. No pun intended. Getting to Des Moines. And every season, it seems, it's achieved. So, what about this year? Well, same old, in more ways than one. The 15th ranked Falcons ready to run in the wind with the Trojans. Not even 5 minutes into the match, St. Albert captain Rodrigo Barajas with the cross. Freshman Bryson Bowman, right spot, right time, 1-0 home team. Now the visitors tie it up and then Atlantic again. Sophomore keeper Luke Blaha, one of his 6 saves. The Falcons 7 corner kicks. Can't convert, so it's 1-1 at the half. Second 40 minutes, St. Albert 15 shots overall. Just a bit outside. Barajas, 6 of those shots. Just over 26 minutes left in the match. Number 10 again takes the throw in. His 8th goal of this young season. 2-1, Birds back on top. Now the Falcons outshoot Atlantic by that same score, 2-1.
We played really well today, I thought. The wind had a little bit of difference, but we controlled the game, and the defense played lights out, and we all get better.
And I've never heard you yell so much.
Well, you have to realize we have 6 freshmen there, and I have to direct. I'm trying to direct traffic on the interstate with all the construction, because a lot of them don't know. They're out of position, basically.
We don't have our track guys today. That's really a big thing because we really need them because we have some good players on the track team. But we stepped up and, we got the job done.
Yeah, young team, but we also got some experience. Rod, we're going to rely on him heavily, but the younger guys have talent and we'll be fine this year.
I feel like this is one of the lesser talented teams I've seen you possess.
Okay, so that's a good observation. And the point is, until Saturday, we won't have our full complement of players for various reasons.
Happens every year. A number of Falcons fly elsewhere with the track team, etc. But still, look for St. Albert, winners of 3 of its last 4, to be there when it matters most. It happens pretty much every year. Good job. And then there's the TJ boys. Thomas Jefferson's been up and down these last few years. The Yellow Jackets always seem to feature some stud players, but can never seem to put it all together. And of course, there's a lot of reasons for that. Here's IWTV student Brady Engel.
TJ home at Wickersham Stadium against winless Sioux City East. Early first half, the free kick by Gennaro Rojas sails into the top corner. 1-0 visitors. Home team fighting back. A beautiful long ball. Gets by the keeper, Ishmael Camacho. Finishes it to tie it at 1. Still first, Sergio Ruiz Lemos scores 2 goals within 2 minutes. The sophomore with 4 goals on the day. 3-1 Black Raiders. Lemos, 11 shots in the game. Yellow Jackets hanging tough. Just before half, Carlos Morales blasts it in. 3-2 Sioux City East at the break. Just seconds into the second half, Jose Ruiz Lemos with a beautiful strike. 4-2 visitors. Black Raiders with 28 shots, 12 on goal. Sioux City East would add 1 more, but back comes Thomas Jefferson. After a nice touch pass, Camacho scores it. The senior with his 2nd of the day. 4-2 visitors. 70th minute, Camacho finishes off his hat trick with a nice header. 5-4 Black Raiders. Sioux City East just too strong though. Another free kick buried by Lemos finishes off the Yellow Jackets. The Black Raiders win their first of the year, 6-4.
We just scored in the second half. We didn't score enough in the first half, and we gave them too many points. We gave them way too many opportunities to score, and if we give them a huge lead, most likely we're not going to come back.
Our defense needs to come back as a whole and start playing like we were in the beginning. We're going to get a couple key players back that should be helping us soon, but overall we just got to talk more and get our defense figured out.
The Jackets fall to 2-6 on the season with 4 of their next 6 on the road. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Brady Engel.
Thanks, Brady. Now the Yellow Jackets' up and down season continues. How about the Lynx? 4-2, baby. AL's won 4 in a row. Next up, City Showdown time. Home against St. Albert and TJ. Lewis Central continues to impress at 5-1. The Falcons drop a couple against ranked teams at the Regina tournament. Now, like Coach Tom told me, only going to make St. Albert better when it really gets down to crunch time. And then there's the ladies. Third-ranked Titans, 5-2 and 8 days in between matches. And how about my boy Royer? Thomas Jefferson's won 5 in a row, and the Jackets play 4 of their first 6 on the road. Abraham Lincoln travels across the river and wins the Ralston tournament. 2 wins, 2 days. The Saints drop a pair at the ADM tournament, both to highly ranked teams. No matter, I expect St. Albert to be there in the end, like always. Up next, our play of the week. Lots to choose, and of course, you snooze, you lose. This red shirt maroon is no loser. Just look where he came from. But where is he going? On the other side. Iowa Western's had some pretty good quarterbacks over the years. They've been a number of the big reasons why the Reavers have had such big success. And at the top, of course, our local hero, former Falcon, Jake Waters. But I don't think that was the case last year. And not just because of the numbers, the stats. You know, being the QB is more than just handing off and winging it. So much more. So who's going to step up in 2017 and be the guy? Not just the guy, but the guy.
Touchdown, Kirk Walding, 27 yards to close this game.
And the route is on. Quarterback Kirk Walding leads eventual 2015 state champ West Des Moines Dowling over Lewis Central.
Kirk Walding, quarterback single.
Iowa Western Fall Camp 2016. The former Maroons QB throwing it around, but in the end, Walding is redshirted. A year later, it's his time.
I think there are always really high expectations, especially for Iowa Western. I mean, this is a great program, so I'm just going to keep working hard. I really want to lead this team to a national championship, and I definitely think we have the talent. I think the biggest thing I had to work on was my progressions in the offense. Another thing is just getting the playbook down. That's always a big part. As quarterback, you need to know everything that goes in the offense, what everyone's doing at every time.
Obviously, Kurt being, had him in position last year really to be the number 2 guy coming out of camp before we redshirted him. And some days he could have been the number 1. So he knows the system. Because there's no game experience in his position, he's got a lot of room to grow. He's got some of the intangible things.
He's an excellent quarterback. He went to Dowling, so they know how to win. So it's nice to have a quarterback back there that knows how to win. He's a great guy. He keeps us motivated, keeps us going. So yeah, he's a great dude.
I met Jake Waters too. He kind of seems like me. He's like cool and collected. That's just how I like to play. Like, I'll get up and talk to people, but I just like to be myself and I just like to score touchdowns and make plays.
You going to be the guy next fall?
Yes, sir. I'm going to do my best to do it. I'm going to keep working hard for it.
The Reavers, here on defense, are coming off a subpar 6-6 season, including their first ever loss in the Graphic Edge Bowl. Iowa Western looking to get back on top in 2017. But who will lead the charge? Remember this name, Kurt Walding. And remember this night, Friday, May 5th at Trainer High School, the annual Iowa Western Spring Game. Why Trainer? Well, I'm sure most of you know by now they're getting a new track put in at Lewis Central. All the LC soccer games, in fact, are being played at Iowa Western. And the Reaver football team playing its spring game at Trainer High School, Friday night, May 5th, 6 o'clock. Hey, Trainer has one of the best football facilities around. Okay, so now it's time for our play of the week. So let's dip into our BSZ grab bag and see what we pull out. The Goodbye Girls, all 7 of them for the Reaver softball team. And then there was one, Kylie Allen, getting her first start in a while in Game 2, rips not 1 but 2 doubles, knocks in 3 runs in leading Iowa Western to a 6-zip shutout win over Southeastern. Kylie Allen with our play, or plays times 3, of the week. Are you kidding me? This is the last show in April? You're killing me, Smalls. Next up, the merry old month of May. But for who, we are about to find out. And so for this latest edition of the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm J.J. Davis, and as always, I'll see you around.